Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to this special edition of Jim's 5am Club. It's the Melbourne Cup edition. It's the first Tuesday in November. The Melbourne Cup's been run and won, and I don't think there were too many winners today, but doesn't matter as long as we enjoy the tradition. The Aussie tradition of the Melbourne Cup is an important thing that we need to enjoy in our lives. Anyway, let's go on a walk and talk. I'm down here at the Opera Bar at Circular Quay near the Opera House, and as you can see, it's a beautiful spring day. It was cloudy in the morning, but the wind came through and just blew the clouds away. And as you can see, it's a bright blue sky and an awesome day. To tell you the truth, I was expecting a lot more people down here at the Opera Bar. It's after the race, but as you can see, it's pretty somber down here, so it's not quite its normal bubbly self. But what do you expect? COVID-19 has changed the landscape, the social landscape. Hopefully just temporarily, but we'll see what happens going into the future. Anyway, today I'll go on a walk and talk, and I want to have a chat to you about a topic that I've got near and dear to my heart. I want to talk to you about a module that I picked up from a Lou Tice seminar years ago. I did a course when I was at Telstra entitled Investment in Excellence, and Lou Tice ably talked about a thing called scotomas that I want to have a chat to you about. So let's just go on a walk and talk. And it was interesting, yesterday afternoon I was heading back after work, and I was walking and I came across a security guard up there near Martin Place. And I greeted him, he greeted me, he asked me a little bit about what I do. And he said that he's a security guard and he sees me all the time on the waterfront around Sydney Harbour. So obviously they've got access to all the cameras, and they're sitting in some security sort of office. And he says every morning, lo and behold, we see you pop up somewhere with your camera, and you're talking about something. Every now and then we get to hear what you're talking about, because there are microphones around at different places around the harbour. And it was quite funny actually that he recognised me, and we had a bit of a chat. But let's talk about a topic, as I said, that's near and dear to my heart, and it's the topic of scotomas. Scotomas. And for those who don't know what a scotoma is, it's a Greek word meaning scotoma, meaning blind spot, death spot, and it's something which we all have, but we don't all recognise that we have. But as I said, scotomas are things that we all have, we all suffer from them, and they can either be visual scotomas, spiritual scotomas, or mental scotomas. So let's talk a little bit more about what a scotoma is. And as I said, a scotoma is a blind spot. A blind spot, something that you don't see because A, you're not looking for it, and B, you don't recognise it because it's not important, and it's not something which is linked or put into your reticular activating system. So let's go a little bit deeper now and just talk about some of the things that Lou Tice talked about years ago. And he said something which is quite profound. He said, what you see or notice is what you expect to see. How profound is that? So what you see or notice is what you expect to see. Pretty profound sort of stuff. So we'll need just to examine this a little bit more. So what do you expect to see? What do you expect to find? So it all gets back down to your expectations. And also we talked about what you look for and what is really there are two different things altogether. So let's go a little bit deeper. It's just a beautiful day today, so I get a little bit distracted every now and then. We've got the Queenscliff coming back from its run to Manly, and we've got the Victor Chang heading off. And as you can see, there are people here enjoying themselves after the Melbourne Cup. But all I see is just ladies everywhere, and very few men. What the hell has happened to all the men in Sydney? There are pretty ladies here everywhere, and not a bloke to be seen anywhere. It's just crazy, absolutely crazy. Anyway, let's go on a bit of a walk and talk and continue talking about scotomas. So what Lou Tice said years ago about scotomas was that we expect to see, so what we expect to see is based on our belief systems. And our belief systems are based on conditioning. So we need to spend some time looking deeper into our belief systems, because as we said, belief systems are what shape our expectations. And your belief systems shape your expectations, and they get you to focus on certain things, and what you focus on is your reality, is your perceived reality, and what you focus on is your treasure, what you gain in life. So we all need to spend some time and examine our belief systems, because as we said, what you believe is what you'll focus on, and what you focus on is what you'll experience. How many times do you hear people talk about things, they see things, they notice things, and you say to yourself, how did you notice that? It's something that I would never have noticed, but for some reason, don't know what it is, they notice it because it's something which is important to them, something that is critical to them. And so what you focus on, as we said before, are the things which are important to you. But by focusing on certain things, because humans can only focus on certain things at certain times, if I focus on the bridge, for example, then I'm not noticing the Opera House. If I'm focusing on the Opera House, I'm not noticing the Harbour Bridge. Do you get what I'm talking about? So our belief systems shape what is important to us, what we value, and our belief systems are based on, are supplied by a lot of the things, a lot of the experiences, a lot of the input from the people around us whilst we were growing up. And our belief systems aren't always serving us. So if you've got a belief system which is not serving you, then what impact is that going to have on your experience in life? If you've adopted, if you're inherited somebody else's belief systems, for example, if you're suspicious of people, if you don't trust people, then what impact is that going to have on your ability to have a relationship, or to have some deep and meaningful friendships? It's not going to serve you, is it? But that's basically it, I think. So we need to examine our scotomas, and there are so many things that we're missing in our lives because we're not focusing on them. You know, if you're a negative person and all you focus on are errors, all you focus on is bad news, all you hang out with are people who share the same negative sentiment as you do, then you know, you're going to miss out on all the good stuff. You're going to miss out on the positivity that surrounds you. Because at the end of the day, as I said, you can point this camera wherever you want. You know, you can point it to the flower like the bee does and the butterfly, or you can point it to the manure where the fly tends to point its camera. So the choice is yours, and the power is in your hands to determine what you focus on, what your belief systems are, and to open up and to change what you're focusing on so that you can eliminate the scotomas. Eliminate the scotomas or change the focus of your scotomas. So instead of having a scotoma on good things, in other words, instead of having a blind spot to the good things in life, why don't you have a scotoma to the bad things in life? Just ignore them. Just turn your back on them. Turn your gaze away from them so they're not dominating your thoughts, they're not dominating your life. Why do we focus and worry about things that we can't change when there are so many beautiful things in the world, so many beautiful things in our lives that we can focus on and improve every aspect of our lives? Anyway, thank you very much for joining me on Jim's 5am Club. No doubt I'm featuring on some security guard's camera at the moment, and they're looking at me wondering what I'm talking about, what I'm videoing and why I'm videoing. But at the end of the day, I've got my goals, I've got my project, and I'll continue along my merry way. And I thank you for joining me on each of these steps in my journey. And I look forward to continuing the Volta, the walk and talk, so we can share the beauty of this magical city of Sydney on a day like today, which is absolutely glorious, and couple it up with some empowering messages that will help us all grow and develop and get through the day and help us build scotomas to the negativity out there, as well as open up our vision to all the positive and beautiful things in our lives. Take care. Thank you once again for joining me, and I look forward to chatting to you again tomorrow from a different location with a different message. So let's finish off with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I am well, and I feel absolutely great. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, and most importantly, understand that we have scotomas. Let's shift our scotomas from and black out and mute all the negative, toxic people and messages in our lives as best we can, and replace them by opening up our eyes to seeing the good things in the people around us and the good things in the city and world around us. Take care, everybody. Sasagapao, and I look forward to chatting to you again tomorrow at 5 a.m. from another location. Yasas, and bye for now.